Hey y'all, and welcome back. I'm Ashley, and today we are going to be talking about the books that I want to read in May. I am so excited. I cannot wait to share this May TBR with y'all and the idea of reading these books out in the yard and on the back porch because it is turning so beautiful here. So let's just jump into these books because I am excited. So as you might have been able to tell from the thumbnail, the theme of this month is blue spines, and as you can see I have quite a few blue spines on my TBR, and those didn't even make the cut. So these 5 are the possibilities that I could read for May. If you are new here, each month I pick out a different theme for my monthly TBR. So I've done some cover themes where I do flowers or snow or wintry scenes. I've done just some genres as in romance, and I've also done a series theme, which was last month, where I read a bunch of books in series that I had started. So let's go ahead with these blue spines. The first one is Sandra Brown's The Crush. This book is about a doctor who is on a jury for a man who is a notorious hitman, and she and the rest of the jury finds him not guilty, but she is the one who gives the verdict. And so the hitman has become her biggest fan because she is the one who has delivered the news. So with that, he goes out and kills her competition as a doctor. Of course, she then gets wrapped up in everything, and to help get some protection and to not be the prime suspect for the rival's murder, she turns to a rogue detective. And so I love Sandra Brown's books because they always involve a lot of action and intrigue and mystery, but also very steamy romance, which I just love. It just, all of that wrapped into one is the perfect combination for me. And I'm not sure that I gave like the best description of everything that's going on, but you kind of get that. You know, there's a girl that's generally in trouble, and there's a guy that will help the girl, and then of course the bad guy. General breakdown of this book, but I'm sure it is going to be wonderful, just like the rest of the Sandra Brown's books. The next book is Mitch Alms for One More Day. I read his first, I don't know if it was his first, but his earlier book, The 5 People You Meet in Heaven. So I know that he writes amazing work, and I can't wait to read this one. So this one is about a son, I think his name is Charlie. Charlie's father tells him that he can either be a mama's boy or a daddy's boy, and so Charlie chooses to be a daddy's boy, except that his father either disappears or leaves right before Charlie hits adolescence, and so he ends up growing up without his father anyway. And then as we move on to modern, current day, Charlie is not happy with his life. Nothing's really going right. He has a family, but he just feels like he's failing them and everything. So he decides that he is going to take his life. So he goes back to his hometown, and he can't even manage to take his life. So he decides to drive by his family home, and when he gets there, his deceased mother welcomes him into the house to catch up. So this sounds really interesting, especially that it's kind of got that mystery vibe, like the ghost essence. I'm not really sure, but I am positive this is going to be a good one. It's been on my shelf for a while, so I'm excited to finally pick it up with its nice blue spine. This next one my friend recommended, so I am so excited to read it. It is Sophie Kinsella's Can You Keep a Secret? So this one is about a girl who has all of these secrets that she would absolutely never tell anybody, but when she is on a long flight, she blabs all of her secrets to this handsome stranger that is sitting beside her. And when they get off, I'm assuming when they get off of the plane, she figures out that he is the elusive CEO. It doesn't really say, but I'm thinking it's of her company, of a company that she works for. So this is going to be super interesting, and like I said, my friend recommended it. She said it is great, so I can't wait to read this one either, and it has a nice blue spine. One of my absolute favorite authors. I am so excited for this one. Mary Kay Andrews' Beach Town. So in this one we have a woman who works in the movie industry, and she is tasked with going to find the next scene for a big hit movie, and they're looking for this small beach town, and she happens to find a small beach town. I think it's in the panhandle of Florida, but when she goes to talk to the mayor, he is not happy and he is not having it, but apparently there is a spark of chemistry between them. And so as she stays around in the town to, I'm assuming, work down on the mayor and get the movie there, she is falling in love with him, of course. She then has to make a decision of, is she going to back the movie to try to get to this town, or is she going to then stand up for the town and the town that she's like grown to love while she has been there, just trying to scope it out. So of course, Mary Kate Andrews, there's fun, there's love, it's just cute books. So I can't wait for this, especially as it gets warm and we're sitting on the boat. So this next one is a little out of my typical reading, but it sounded so good, so I'm really excited to try it. It is An Absolutely Remarkable Thing by Hank Green. So in this one, I think they're teenagers that are out at like 3 a.m. and they run across this huge statue that I think looks like a transformer. So they make a video and post it on YouTube, and the next morning on the news you see that these huge statue transformer things are all across the world. And also the main character, I think her name is April, she has gotten very famous for posting this YouTube video about this statue that has shown up in New York City. So I really love the aspect of like social media in this one, and then I'm also like a low-key Transformers fan, so if this statue ends up looking like Transformers, that is just going to like be perfect. So I'm excited to read this one. Like I said, it's kind of out of my like typical reading, but those two aspects of like social media and then the Transformers kind of like drew me in on this one. The last book for May is one of my book of the months. I am horrible about reading the book of the months after I've gotten them, so I'm gonna try to like move through my backlist of these books. But in this month I'm going to read The Hunting Wives by May Cobb, and this one is about a wife who moves with her family from Chicago and her very busy and packed life in Chicago to a small town in Texas. But going from a high stress, just lots of energy job to a small town in Texas is really kind of taking a toll on her. She's bored and she is looking for something to do until she meets this elite socialite who is in a secret club called the Hunting Wives. They go out and shoot, and the main character just really gets drawn into this life. I think her name is Sophie. Yes, Sophie, the one who has moved from Chicago, gets drawn into this Hunting Wives club, and she gets so drawn into the point where it's nearly an obsession, and it is going to really take a toll on her at this point, because when a young woman is found murdered at the field that they go to shooting practice, then Sophie is going to really be drawn in and looked at in this investigation, and just this investigation is going to spiral her life kind of out of control. So this one sounds pretty good. I did see a review that it needed some work, like it wasn't like 5-star, totally recommend it. So I had really high expectations for this one, and I kind of lowered them based on that review. So we'll see what I think when I get to this one, but I will definitely let you know. You can definitely be looking for reviews as I go through these May books. I will begin reviewing them again. I just didn't have any like good reviews that I wanted to give. Be looking forward to more reviews next week, and I will see y'all again soon. Bye guys.